After the UK photography show in the UK, I flew from London directly to New York City because B&H invited me to a GH5 live discussion panel thing. Thank you. A little bit chilly. Definitely colder than London. Before the live stream, B&H gave me a GH5 so that I can take test shots to show in the live stream, and I can take video for myself. So now I can really go out to test with the GH5, try out everything I want to test. Just a little bit more than 1 day, not a lot of time. So here is a really short mini review for the GH5 to see if this is good for like run and gun style or vlogging. Now I want to start from talking about why did I pick the A7S II. I probably mentioned that somewhere, but I picked this because of low light performance, really good AF, well actually not really good, decent AFC, pretty good IS, in-body 5xx stabilization, color profile, the flat color profile. There's a lot of flat color profile. You can even use S-Log 3. But S-Log 3 a little bit too much for this little camera, 8-bit, so I usually use Cine 4, but that was before the GH5 came out. That's why I got this. So actually I really want to find out if the GH5 is good for me. GH4, it also got some flatter color profile and I love it a lot. I have to say at that time the Cine Light V and Cine Light D, I think, they are quite hard to grade. But now I am using Cine D. I have been vlogging with GH5 using the Cine Light D color profile, and I've been really curious about had Panasonic done anything to it, and they did. And I think they improved it because it's so much easier to grade from the GH5 than the GH4. Kind of like today, now looking at the screen too, I'm still using a Cine V, but it looks like the skin tone is a bit weird today for some reason. Not sure can I grade it afterwards. Dynamic range of the GH5 is good, just not as good as my A7S II, especially at this kind of sunset shots. But it's really expected, isn't it? It's not exactly fair to compare the GH5 micro four thirds size sensor to this full frame sensor. But I have to say, for run and gun, vlogging or documentary style, the GH5 is really more than enough. It gives you gorgeous footage. Ever since Panasonic announced the GH5, I have been hoping that the autofocus would be good in video mode. And it is. It's definitely so much better than my Sony A7S II. Well, it don't say much, right? I think GH5 might have better AF than my A7S II. Definitely my A7S won't be as quick to respond like this. I have a feeling that it's not as clever as the Canon 80D. Well, the Canon 80D is really clever with the autofocus in video mode. But to be honest, I can't find anything to complain about the GH5 autofocusing. Looks like the face detection works really well as well. At times the stabilization worked wonderfully. Now I'm shooting, I've set it with the 5xx stabilization with electronic. I'm hand holding it, I'm walking. I'll zoom into 60 millimeters, equivalent to 120. It's so much steadier than my Sony A7S II. But then that's one thing I always have issue with Olympus cameras in-body stabilization is they look a bit robotic. Today I have turned off the electronic image stabilization. Now it's only Oh, my hair. Because I looked at the footage yesterday, I still think the electronic stabilizer, it is really stable, but it is too stable for this kind of walking shot. Weirdly, even this purely mechanical stabilization, it should only work with the lens, shifting the lens element and shifting the sensor. But in the footage, I still see a little bit of this kind of edges, like kind of like a tiny bit of like wobbling. Almost looks like it's a post-production stabilization done in editing. Now, low light performance is what most people worry about the Micro Four Thirds cameras. I would say it's not, well, it's really not low light king, right? Low light king is this A7S II. But then it's not horrible. It's far from horrible. Actually, it is quite useful in most situations. I can put it in auto ISO, just set the cap at around like ISO 10,000, and then I just vlogging with it, walking from outdoor to even New York City subway. Especially with Micro Four Thirds camera, you can get a lot of those really large aperture Micro Four Thirds lenses, and they are really good for low light. Now this is one thing that put me off the most. The weight of it. It is a heavy camera. Actually, one thing I noticed is that this is not as light as I hoped it would be. It is still quite heavy holding up like this. Probably not far off from my Sony A7S II handheld, but actually it's not that light. The GH5 body itself is actually heavier than my Sony A7S II. That's how heavy it is. Even though you can get much smaller lenses for Micro Four Thirds camera to put on the GH5, in some cases it still round up not much lighter than my Sony A7S II. Now I don't mean it's a ridiculously heavy camera. After all, it's a little bit lighter than my Sony A7S II, combining the body and the lens. But then I would hope that it's a bit more lighter. I mean, the GH5 is a great camera. I've seen so many people in the last NAB show using it professionally, and you can get really brilliant footage from it. You can have vlog, it write 4K 10-bit into 2 SD cards simultaneously in the body internally. It has no recording time limit and it don't overheat. So thank you for watching this mini review of the Panasonic GH5. Alright, hand in the footage to B&H for the live stream tomorrow. Now I have got the whole day free. Wet day today. Really wet. I'm not sure what is the Union Square actually, because New York got one, San Francisco got one. Is it all over the United States, something like that? But it's nice. I quite like this area actually. It's beautiful. absolutely pouring down right now. Alright, today is the day. Today is the main purpose of this trip, being in the GH5 live stream held by B&H.
Kelly, remember? Hi, how you doing?
Good morning. Going through the B&H store, heading to the event, the live, the studio. The studio. Hey, focus. It's not focusing. Alright. We are setting up. Oh shit, I broke the chair. I broke the chair.
What are you doing? No, I just step on the right. Alright, hold on.
Wait, are we? Well.
Is that a lot?
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Alright.
I think I should sit down here for this guy to set up things, although I still want to shoot around. Look at that. Around this table, I have Sean. You've seen him last time in CES, I guess.
Yep.
David.
Hi. And don't forget, we got Griffin over here.
We have Griffin.
We got Jackie kicking it over here.
Yeah. I'm surrounded by like filmmakers, like actual photo, professional. I'm like, well, I'm the YouTuber here.
Well, you're an international man of content.
I like the background of the streets as our backdrop. Alright, actually we don't actually have that backdrop, but still fine, yeah. Alright, I see. Basically the sun is too strong over this side, so now changing the whole set.
So you guys, if the set was like this, we're shifting it this way.
Counterclockwise.
I like that they have a lot of time before the actual going live, before the time actual going live. So got plenty of time to test out stuff, move the whole set if necessary. Alright, going live soon. Going to do rehearsal now, so I'm going to put this away. See you in a bit. Alright, it's done. It's a wrap. 1.5 hours went so quick. This place is like a proper TV station, something like that. They do this live really seriously, not like I do like just Facebook live on the cell phone. 3 camera multi-cam setup.
Multi-camera, 3 cameras.
Yeah, it's the director. Director Kelly.
That's
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, she's behind the screens.
Yeah, I had 2 headsets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys and I was like talking to the guys behind the camera.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like 2 brains. We should do behind the scenes of that or something
yeah,
one day.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
another time. Yeah. It's very cool. Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you for having me. Alright, it's all done after the lunch. The live stream going really well, I think. Enjoyed it as well. Hey!
Wow, man. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Thank you very much.
I'm a
Thank you
fan,
very
man.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good day.
Have a good. It's such a nice park in the center of everything. Ooh, look at that. Look at that shot. I'm looking at the road, trying to not get run down by a car. So I had finished dinner, shake and then finished some editing. This is my final night in New York City. Tomorrow I'm leaving this hotel at 11 AM. Now this trip I went to UK I had a lot of fun with Dan Cheung, Warren, especially Kai, and fly directly from UK to New York City. Finally, tomorrow, I'm going on a flight, still 13 hours away from Hong Kong, but finally, I'm going to see my wife again.